Hello everyone, welcome back to my nursery. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Vicki. Guys, today we're going to continue on with our darker colored baby painting series. I've got other dolls sitting around here, as you can see, guys, but these are Caucasian. These are both Caucasian babies. After I put up all the videos on this one, I'll show you how I do my Caucasian ones. I'll put up videos on that too. Some of mine, guys, but yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for following along with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you would, just spread the word that I'm doing this. Maybe it'll get my views up. Guys, I thought this might help my views come up and my, you know, everybody watching, my views and get subscribers, but it's not really. Nobody's even watching. I kind of hate now that I even started them, because really I only have a few watching them. But I'm still going to go ahead for my friends on here and do these for you. But if you could pass the word around, I'd appreciate it. Okay, guys, I guess that's it. Let's get started. Okay, I've already put that in my little bowl here. I put 1/2 tablespoon of mineral spirits. That's what I use, is mineral spirits. You can use that, or you can use thinner. It's whatever you just, you know, like. And I'm going to take my little brush I've got here. This is, it's supposed to be, the way I've got it wrote down, it's like I think a quarter. But that other brush, I was using it, it's just so long, guys. So this one is a little bit, it's wide as that one, but it's a little shorter. So I'm going to use it. You don't have to be real precise on this, guys. Just, you know, somewhat in the ballpark. So I'm going to use the smaller one. It's not as long. It's easier to get in my little jugs here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 brushes like we did the last time of the 04. I wet it just a little. Dab it off. And a whole brush, guys. You remember what I said. It's both front and back of that brush. That's a whole brush. We'll call that a whole brush. If I say half a brush, then it'll just be one side. But that's both sides. There's one. And get as much of it off in the bowl as you can. Try to mix it up. As you see, need a little blops in there. Kind of mix them around. I got a few there, little specks. I'm having to watch that, guys. My paint must be getting a little bit old. I'm going to have to order some supplies in. I still haven't got that done, guys, and I was supposed to have done that 2 days ago. And I still haven't. Now, guys, you don't want it globbed up on this. You know, you just want it on both sides, but not like globbed up on it, like out the bottom of it or anything. And you can kind of just do it like that, you know, if it does. See how globbed up on the bottom it is? You don't want that. So I'll just rub it off right there, and that looks good. Okay, and there is 2. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do. Flesh 04. Now to this mix, that's the same thing we had last time we done, if you remember, but this time we're going to add 1 brush of raw umber. Genesis Heat Set raw umber. So for that, I'm going to go over here and wipe off my brush. And we're doing a brush, so that'd be both sides of that. And like I said, you don't want it glopped up on our, just make sure it's on that side, but not glopped up. And then we'll come over here and we'll do this side. See, it's not real gloppied up on it. Maybe a little right there. Let's take that off. You don't want to just get it gloppied up on the edge of it. Just kind of like, and we'll mix that in there. And what this is going to do, guys, it's going to take it down a little bit of feather color. Just a little. You'll see. We're going to go down each time we do this, guys. We're going to go down just a little bit. And we'll stir that around as much as we can. Uh-oh, splashed it again. I'm good for that, right, guys? Okay, I'm going to take a bigger brush to put that on with. I've just got an angle brush here I'm going to use. It's just, it'll get it on there a lot faster for me. So, we've got that raw umber on there. Let me pull you up just a bit so you can see me. And we're going to do just like we've done before. We're going to paint it on there just like we're doing a wash. Yeah, I got these other dolls sitting over there that's going to be Caucasian. So, but I'm working on those 2 at the same time. But I won't be putting those videos up until I get done with the darker color baby. And then I'll start putting those up, and then that way everybody won't get confused on it. I thought that might help. Then we're going to start pouncing as usual. It's basically you're doing the same thing over and over, but the thing is, guys, you're just taking this color down a little bit each time you put a layer on. you're bringing the color down. That's all you're doing, just a little bit more each time. And as I say, you can go see, you're not going to see a real big difference in the color change. You'll see some, but not real big as you go each time. You'll get just a little tint darker. And that's how you have to do the darker ones. Guys, I know it's a long process. I agree. It is. It's a long process. But it's the way you have to do it, guys. I mean, you can't just glop it on there. You have to take it a layer at a time, a little layer at a time, just a small layer, one layer at a time. And that's how you have to do. Now I'm going to take, where's my, there she is. My other one, I was using that brush and kind of wipe it off a little. And then I'm going to start kind of trying to blend some of this in. It may not blend it all in because this is a little bit darker. So we'll go back then, do this, and then we'll go back with our sponge again. I'll clean it off a little bit on a paper towel I have over here to the side. And I will start going down a little bit more with it. And guys, anytime you see, like I said, if it starts getting splotchy on you, don't panic. Just take you a sponge, a paper towel, anything you've got there. Don't panic. As long as it's not baked, you can take that right off. So don't panic on it, okay? As long as you don't bake it. That's the reason I said never bake until you're happy. Until you're happy with the way that looks. If you're not happy with the way that looks, then don't bake it. Because when you bake it, it is permanently set. And it will take stripper to get that back off. You have to strip the whole thing. And the good thing is each time that you bake this, guys, it permanently sets that layer. So the layer, if you have to take, like if I had to take this layer off, my other layer's still on there. Because I already set it. That's the reason I try to bake between just about every layer. Because the layer underneath won't be taken off. If I make a mistake on this, then the layer underneath won't be taken off. It'll still be there. And I can just add back the last layer. Where if I didn't bake and done it all, it would take all the layers off. So that's the reason I said, but don't bake until you're happy with how this looks. If it looks splotchy, if it looks anything on it, don't set it. Just take you some thinner or your mineral spirits, whatever you're using, and just take that right off before you set it and do it again. And everything will work out good. Now, like I say, these are more forgiving. The heat set paint's more forgiving than the silicones. Now, guys, they're pretty much, when that dries and it air dries, the silicone does when you're silicone painting. And once that, if you can get it off right then, if you'll take it off right then. But if you do a mistake and you come back later and see it, you don't see it till later, that mistake's there. I'm sorry. Because you can strip them, but guys, as sure as you go to what is it? Sanding on them, you can sand it off. On the silicone, it's about the only way you can get it off. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you can do this and you can do that. Some people have suggested putting in really boiling hot water. Don't work. I've tried it all. About the only thing you can do is take sanding paper to it. And when you do, you better know what you're doing or you're going to mess it up. Yes, you will. Because I done it. And it will mess them up. And the more you sand them, I have to take off, the more messed up they'll get. So, okay, I got the back, and we're going to start where I left off here. And we're going to try to get it in right where I have not painted. And if we overlap a little, it's okay. We'll just blend that in. Try not to, but if you have to, it's okay. It's not going to hurt a thing. You can just, it's just a little bit more blending, is all. As I say, I go over my lips, but before I heat set this, I will take a tiny brush with, now, you can go over it without hitting your lips if you want to, but to me, I don't fool with it. It just takes too much time. So, I just put it on there with everything else, and then I take a brush at the end and take it off with just the mineral spirits. I just put a clean brush, and I just take it off that way. Each time, guys, I'm doing this, I'm coming over here, and I'm dabbing off on my paper towel. You see me going over that way, but that's what I'm doing. I'm dabbing some of this off on my paper towel and blending the rest in. Because sometimes, you know, doing it like a wash, you get a little bit much on there. So I'll come over here and I'll dab it off on my paper towel and come back in and do it again. Kind of clean that sponge off. Just make sure, as I've said, it's blended before you bake. And you'll be very happy with the results. I hope. I hope you're happy with the results. I know most of the time I am. I'm pretty happy with the results when I get done. Also, if I get them too dark, darker than I like, I'll come back with a different color, a lighter color, and go back over the top of that and start lightening them back up some if it's a little too darker than I wanted it. There's lots of tricks to it, guys, that you can, you know, it's very forgiving, this Genesis Heat Set paint is. And so what I'll do is if it gets a little darker than I intended for it to, on one layer or something like that, I will just take another color and maybe a lighter color, in a brown color, a lighter, and just come right back over it and, you know, go over the top of it. Now what I'm doing here, guys, up here is where I met. I don't want those lines. I'll let you see. I'm fanning that backwards so it'll blend in. No line will be there. Right here too, all these places on the sides, I'm making sure I blend that really well. Because we don't want a harsh line there where I've added, you know, I've done this side and then turned over and added this side. You don't want a harsh line. So I just scrape that with my brush, guys. I'm going to have to put just a dab back on there again. Did you see that? I laid my brush over too far and I scraped it. That's not good. It's okay. Put a little bit more on there. Blend it in. We're going to blend, 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 and keep blending some more. Make sure you don't have any puddled up in the creases of the eyes, the nose, inside the nostrils, none of that. Okay, that looks pretty good, which I will look back over these again before I final bake. I'll take them, really, I'll take mine out because my oven's out on my porch, my front porch, because I don't bake in here. And in the house, I always do it outside because, guys, there is chemicals that is going to be putting off fumes. So if you do it in the house, please, 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 please vent it. Be in a vented area because it's very dangerous. You're breathing chemicals. And I don't suggest putting it in the oven that you cook in either. I've got a new wave oven that I do mine in. And I do not suggest doing it in a oven that you're going to put food, actually your food in and cook. Because there is chemicals on that. Now, I took just my brush, dipped it in mineral spirits. And I'm going to take this right off of my lips. Back off the lips again. And the tongue. Oops. Dang it. I'm not doing too good today, am I, guys? I'm sorry. I'm trying. Run back up on that. Took it off the whole mouth, didn't I? It's not good. Nope. And you might have to wet it a few times. Come back in and just keep cleaning until you get it all off. And if you leave a little residue there, it's not going to hurt anything because we're going to go over that with a plum color. I call it a plum color. I don't know what you'd call it, but that's just what I call it. It's a color that I made up, and it kind of resembles the color of a plum to me. You know, the outside of a plum, the hull. That's what it kind of looks like. I think it's beautiful on the dark babies. To me, it's just gorgeous color for the baby's lips and nails. And I'll just kind of make sure we ain't got no brush strokes. Just kind of run back over it a little bit. But I took that off the lips. I'll show you. See? Took it right off the lips. But like I say, if you leave a little bit of residue on it, you won't hurt it. But you don't want to keep leaving it there. You know what I'm saying? Over and over until it gets real dark. Because it will affect the color of your lips when you go to paint them some. It'll cover it up, but it'll make them a shade, maybe a shade darker or something. But if you like that, that's okay. The thing about it is, guys, these dolls is what you prefer, what you want, what you're expecting in your baby. Okay, there's that, and I'll let you see it. Now I'm going to get a lemon. I'm going to show you the difference in this color compared to that color. Get it up here close so you can see it. See the difference? It's just a little bit darker, not a lot, but a little bit. Get this all fanned out. This beautiful thing fanned out. Okay, there's the head. I'm going to sit her right here to dry. She's pretty well dry now, though, guys, because I've been, you know, fanning her like that with that brush. So, yeah, here we go again. We're going to do a foot next in the leg. Brush it on just like a wash. Just the same thing, guys. You're doing the same thing. The thing about this is, is the colors, mixing the colors. But you're just doing the same things over and over and over again. It's just with little darker shades. It's not that hard to do. It's not really, a lot of people think it's so hard. It's not that hard. It's the blending. If you don't get it blended to where it's not any puddles or thicker paint a certain place, you know, thinner paint another place, it's going to come up splotchy. That's the thing with the Caucasian babies are much easier than that. You don't have to worry about it half as much, which you still want them even. But if you do a little bit here and there on a Caucasian baby, you don't notice it that much. But now on these, you will definitely see it. It'll be splotchy. You'll have a light place here, a dark place there, a light place, a dark place. It's what I call splotchy. So I'll show you something else, another trick I've learned, guys, that will help you hold these limbs without touching. This is not big enough. I need one with a thicker handle, and I'm using my big mop. Well, I don't have one here right yet, but this might could help. But anyway, see how I put a brush up in there? I just stick it up in there, and that allows me, if you'll see here, I can kind of run my finger there, and that allows me to hold on to that. So that's a little trick for you. If you hadn't thought of that, some of you may have thought of it by now, but it helps me to hold the limb. I'm going to turn this around just a little bit more, guys, because I keep tending to, hang on just a second. I keep tending to bring that baby closer and closer to me, and I'm missing the camera, I'm afraid. That's another thing, guys. I'm not used to painting on camera. And it just, it's hurt my finger. It's different because I'm having to watch the baby. I'm having to watch the camera. It's different. Maybe I'll get better at it. But I want to say thank you to all of those that are joining me and watching me paint. As I've stated, I don't claim these to be tutorials. I really don't, guys, because I'm not a, I don't claim to be a professional. I am not a, what are those, prototyped artists? I'm not one of those. I'd like to be one of them. But, you know, I've never put in for one. But I wouldn't care to be a prototyped artist. Prototype. Excuse me, guys. I just ate a little bit ago. Burping up a little bit there. Sorry about that. But, yeah, I've never put in for one. To be a prototype type artist, I think I could probably be, guys, because, you know, excuse me. I'm not bragging, trying to brag or anything, but, you know, I think I do pretty good work. And a lot of people has said I done real good work, so I don't know. Maybe not as good as a prototype I keep saying type artist. But I think my work actually is pretty good. I've done it for 11 years. And so, you know, you improve with time. Everybody does. And guys, I will say this, it's like I told other people too. I still learn stuff. I've been doing it 11 years. And I'm still learning different colors, different shades, different techniques. I want, like I told you before in the other video, I really want to take a hair painting class. I want to paint hair. I can paint basic hair. It's just basic hair, though. You know, it's nothing spectacular. It looks good. It's okay, but it's not spectacular. I want to be able to paint hair like till you don't know it from being real hair, the mohair. If you looked at, unless you touched it, and they are artists that do that. And I'll tell you, one of them is I mentioned her before, and I think man, she does beautiful hair. Yvonne Nather. Oh wow, you talking about some gorgeous hair. I mean, guys, it looks just like mohair. If you didn't touch it, you wouldn't know it was painted. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And there's another lady that does pretty hair. Her name is, I can't remember what, I don't know if her name is Mandy. It might be Mandy, but it's Crystalis. I think it's Crystalis Meadows. You talk about some spectacular hair painting. That girl knows how to paint hair. And that's how I want to learn to paint. And I wish one of those would do like an online class. I would love for them to do like an online class, because I would sure take them. That's what I'd like to do next, because it's just something I want to learn to do. And I want to have the spectacular hair painting. I don't want just the okay, looks good painting. I want it to be, people be oohing and eyeing over it like they do Yvonne Nather's hair. Which who knows, guys, even if I took the classes, I may never be as good as her because she's good. That girl knows how to paint some hair. And so does the other one. They are good, man, at painting hair. They know what they're doing, and it's beautiful. You can't tell it from being a rooted mohair unless you just touched it. And mine is just not up to par the way I want it to be like that, guys. It's just not. It's basic hair painting. It looks good. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but it's just not what I want. I expect more. And you've always heard about, you know, you are your own worst critic. That's the truth. Mine's never good enough for me. Mine's never good enough to me. And I'm always learning something new. And I say when it gets to the point that you can't learn anything from anybody, then, you know, you're going to get pretty bored pretty fast on this. I'm always trying to learn. Always trying to learn. And that's where everybody should be on this. I don't claim to know everything. And I don't think anybody else knows everything either. And I'll be honest with you guys, that goes for the prototyped artists. I don't think they know everything either. I think they're just on a journey just like we are. And they learn every day. I really do. And there's some out there, man, that does some great work too. Not saying nothing bad about that. I'm just saying that I think they learn just like we do. You know, they're learning just like we are. All of us are. And that's the reason why I don't mind coming on here and telling you what I do. A lot of people would say, nope, I'm not sharing my secrets. I will tell you everything that I do, guys, that I can think of. I'll try to give you tips when I can. I don't mind at all to tell people how I paint. I can show you how I paint. I don't mind it at all. You know, a lot of people don't want you to know their secrets because, of course, if you know their secrets, you can paint your own baby and you have no need for them. But it doesn't matter, guys. You're still going to have people, even if you show people, there's still going to be people out there that just don't have the time. They don't want to invest all the money they have to invest into painting a baby. And they really don't have the time. Maybe they work a job. You know, they just don't have the time to worry with. It's not whatever they do, you know, it just keeps them busy, busy, busy. Even their own life, they don't have the time to do it. So they just pay somebody else to do it. So you're going to always have people that will hire you to do their babies. So I don't worry about it. And I will tell you this, guys, when I started this back, I done it for a long time. Then I quit it for a while. I'll be honest. I was out of it for a few years. I just, you know, I hate to say it, but I got burned out. And you can do that too, guys. I really got burned out. I seen a brush stroke there. I've got to get out, guys. There's a brush stroke. I've got to get that out of there. But, yeah, but I just got burnt out on it. And I quit it for a couple of years. I just said, I ain't doing it no more. You know, I sold all my dolls. I got burnt out. I sold all the dolls I had collected and sold them out and just didn't do it for a good while. And then I got back into it again. My life kind of settled down to where I could get back into doing it again. And I started building back up. And it's expensive, guys, to start. And that's the reason I say, too, a lot of people don't want to spend that much money on, you know what I mean? And they just rather pay somebody else to do it. So you're always going to have customers, even if you show them how to do it. You're still going to have customers. And when I started this, what I was going to tell you, and I got off track there, when I started this the last time, I don't know about any of you, and I'm not trying to push religion on anybody by saying this. You know, if you don't believe in all that, then that's fine. You know, I don't judge anybody, and I don't want anybody judging me, right, for my religion. But I am a Christian, and so I just prayed to God that if this is what He wanted me to do, and I do it, guys, to make people happy. I really do. I do this to make people happy. It makes people so happy, and I want to see people happy, especially in this day and age. We live in a bad world, guys, a bad world. And I just want to see people happy. And so I just prayed about it. And I said, well, if this is what you want me to do, Lord, I will do it for you. But I have to know that that's what I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. You know, I'm doing it for you, that this is what you want for me. And, you know, if it's meant to be, then I'll get some customers. And if it's not meant to be, then I won't. In other words, I just told him, I said, you know, this is your company that I'm doing this for. I work for you. This is yours. You know, this little doll business I got going here, it's yours. And I work for you. And you guide my hands, my eyes. Let me be able to see mistakes I've made, things like that. Give me the understanding and know how to fix them. And in other words, I'm going to be working for you. I'm just, you know, your worker. You own the company. I'm just business. I'm just your worker. And if that's how it's going to be, then, you know, you send me some, you know, customers or whatever. You know, I got customer on top of customer on top of customers. So I thought, well, this is evidently what he wants me to do, right? Because I got a lot of business. And so, yeah. But anyway, guys, that's showing you the next part of this. I will continue on. Let me reach across, sorry. I will continue on with my babies. I'll do the other arm and the other leg. Then, guys, I'm going to put this baby in a 250 degree or 60 degree oven, number 6. If you have the oven, the New Wave oven, it's a number 6 at 8 minutes. And I'll rotate in there while it's in there, rotate the parts. And then I'll bring it out and let it cool. And then we'll start the next part, okay? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching and keeping me company and listening to me jabber while I paint and chat while I paint there. And, yeah, I love you. And come back for the next part if you don't mind. Keep watching. I'll try to post a video every day on it. But if it's not every day, it'll be every other day. If there's nothing comes up. If there is something come up and I don't post for a few days, you'll know I'm busy with the baby or something. Something's going on with the baby. But I'll try my best to do it. And, yeah, so if you don't mind, please consider subscribing if you're not already to my channel. I appreciate it. And help me get my subscribers up. Also get my my watchtowers up, please. Let all your friends know what I'm doing here to this painting series. You might have some friends that wants to know how to get started painting dolls, and they could follow what I do to help them get started. And yeah, so and if you don't mind, ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. You want to come back and watch the rest of this, guys. And hit the like button if you don't mind, that thumbs up like button. That just helps to get my videos pushed out. And as always, I'll see you soon in the next part of our Painting Our Darker Colored Baby series. Come paint with me. Come paint a reborn doll with me. And I'll talk to you soon, guys. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.